Guys, hello. My round two match of the bracket is about to be underway. Uh, gonna send the challenge to Fumi in a second here. Uh, yeah, hopefully I remember what I prepped. Like I said before, or like I said in the title, I'm not going to be reading chat, so just hi to everyone that is watching right now or will watch in the future. I will put this on YouTube once it's over. So, yeah. If you can't watch the stream, you can catch it there. Uh, is he online right now? Okay, it looks like he is. Send the challenge. All right, looks like we get black in our first game. All right. I prepared a couple lines here against his pet line. So let's see if it comes to pass. Queen h5, okay. I looked at this. Oh man, I'm lagging. Okay. Anyway, let's just get our moves down here. Okay, knight c3, bishop g7. Okay, this is all stuff I looked at. I think h6 here, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to um, check my lines probably after the match to see if it was h6 or not. What else can I play here? Knight d4, maybe? Bishop at h6, also a possibility, but that might run into g5. I think h6 is the safest here. h6, knight at d5. Hmm. Not too sure how I feel about that. Hmm. And knight at d5 could be annoying. Maybe I have to try and defend somehow. Knight d4, does that make sense? Okay, let's just go knight d4. I've used too much time here already. King f1. Wow, really? I guess I can't take c2 because of queen a4. Um, is it time to play h6? I think he still goes knight d5. Well, actually, if I take, he can't recapture with the knight. I have some queen d1 stuff. So we'll go with this for now. Definitely want a castle soon. I do need to be a bit worried about bishop takes h6 though, because the f6 square could be a little bit weak. Okay, h4. Um, does he want to take on h6? I'm not sure what the idea is, to be honest. Um, I took too much time here. Okay, now that I've covered f6, I think I want a castle. He'll go g5. Then I'm not too sure. Maybe then I can take on c2? I don't know. I probably just have to move here. Oh, he takes h6. What? I guess I take back. He goes pawn g5. I don't know. Do I just step back? And step back again? Guess I have to take this. Oh shit. This is not good. Oh, he has the pawn. Okay. Alright, bad start. Let's see if we do any better with white. e5, okay. Alright. See if we can remember this line. He goes h6. Guess I just take this and then take on h6. I want to take on f8 and go rook g6. Yeah. I also have pawn g6 ideas. Some knight g5 ideas. If I have a second pawn to put on g7. Um, sorry, I'm probably not going to be commentating as much because, yeah, I probably need to try and focus on these games here. What happens if I take on d4? Knight d4, bishop d1, knight f5, bishop takes f2, king f1, pawn f3, e7. Maybe it's safer for me just to take this one, and then rook g6. If he takes on f3, I guess I go pawn takes, and if bishop takes f3, I have like rook g7 stuff. Could also just go queen takes f3 here. Queen f3, bishop f3, rook g7. I have another knight in hand. Right? So he can't go to h8. So I just go knight g6, knight f7. And if king f8, then I just take, and it's the same mate. So king g8, knight h6. Okay. All right. Should I play the same thing? All right. Apologies for the lag. I guess, yeah, it's probably not good for my computer to stream and record at the same time. Okay. What did I do last time? Knight d4? Was knight d4 the problem? Knight d4, king f1. He seemed to have that pretty under control here. Bishop e7, pawn h6, could go to f6, but then there's some knight g7 stuff. Could put the bishop on f4. Was this a line that I looked at, bishop at f4? I'm gonna try it. Okay. Now he goes e3 and I can go back to h6. What the fuck? Can he calm down? Bishop f8, maybe? I was looking at queen b4. Maybe he can just take and go queen a4. So I'm not sure about that one. Queen e7 also kind of makes sense. Queen d6. Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I can't do is bishop f8, I guess. How did he play this move so quickly? And what do I do? Does queen e7 make sense? Queen g4? Let's just do queen e7. Okay. We can castle now. Definitely going to take this opportunity. I think even if he takes and takes on c7, I should be able to find some kind of play here against his king. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be like queen g4 or like maybe queen b6. Try and do some bishop e3 stuff, but that could be a little bit risky. Um, maybe I could just take this now, but I don't know. I'm just going to play king h8 and wait for him. Okay, he's just going h4, just like before. I probably need to attack this. Okay. Um, yeah, I kind of just want to take on f2 here. Again, burning a ton of time. The speed here from him is really hard to deal with. Okay, I probably just have to take on f2 and drop. Then after g takes h6, I can drop on e3. If he takes h6 now, I take... Okay, knight g4. I guess I just take, drop on d4. He takes, I take. I guess he moves his king somewhere, and I take back? I'm not sure. Honestly, it's kind of unfortunate that I like used my queen already, but I don't know. There was like somehow no way to force a trade there. Bishop d2. There's no way I can take this right. Okay. I want to take on d2 next. Then hopefully I can get the bishop down on f4. It depends on where he retreats his king. Yeah, he goes to e2. Um, yeah, I just need to get the knight for f4, I guess. Or d4. He goes h6. Probably have to take it. And then check him. This is never going to work, right? Yeah. I think I'm just screwed. Yeah. Is he going to go bishop f6? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. My black games are not looking good here. Oh. Okay. Um, g5. I think is a move. Knight takes g5 is a move. King h1 is also a move. Um, hmm. Or no, not king h1. Bishop g3, I mean. And then we just follow up with king h1 and stuff. Um, hmm. Okay. Bishop back to g3. King h8. Probably just h3, bishop h5, and then like king h1 or c3. Um, yeah, I think king h1 makes a lot of sense here, but maybe it's best to start with h3. Bishop h5, I'll go king h1. And on bishop or knight d4, I can go h takes g4. Knight takes d5. Okay, bishop e6, that's also kind of what I expected. Um, yeah, I can go c3 here, maybe. Makes some sense. So I can go king h1. Um, maybe a little bit worried about knight h5. Should I take this? Hmm. Well, let's just go c3. I don't want to burn too much time here. Bishop d5. Probably just go bishop takes. Knight h5. Okay. This bishop was hanging, so we probably have to defend it. I have ideas of taking c6 and going d4 maybe, or taking c6 and going knight f5 to attack this weak h6 pawn. Um, he just goes rook b8. Okay. I can probably take and go knight f5 now that my b2 pawn's not hanging. Now have ideas of taking e5 and stuff, or taking g5. I think that makes a lot of sense to do so. Just pawn e7 and scoop up the rook. And then I also have bishop takes e5 stuff, I have knight takes g7 stuff. Like, getting these extra pawns could be pretty useful. Like, if I take this, I'll already have some pawns to go in. Um, okay, finally up on time here. Not really sure what to do with black, but we'll just make sure we win the white games first. Okay, interesting. Um, I have an idea of queen takes h5 and knight at g6 here. Um, or, I mean, what else do I do? King h1 here, maybe? King h1 makes some sense. Uh, fg3, bishop g3, probably. Or fg3. Yeah, maybe I just go king h1, break the pin. Hmm. Okay, yeah, he just tries to defend. Makes sense. I still have the idea of taking h5, but I'm not sure how good that is. Um, hmm. Maybe knight back to f5 makes sense, or knight takes c6. Let's just try and grab c6. I'm honestly not sure what the idea of knight at h6 was. Was it to prevent knight back to f5? Bishop f4, okay. I think I just want to take this. E7. Wow. Okay, well, I can't give up my rook, so I probably have to take this. Is he gonna go e2? My goodness, okay. Let's just slide the rook over. Actually, yeah, now I want to definitely cover up g3 somehow. Um, yeah, the issue is, I guess, knight takes b8 will give him another rook. Oh shit, e2? With knight g4 ideas? Hmm. So what happens if I take this? Knight g4? I'm just gonna hope he doesn't have enough here. Like knight takes e2, hopefully I can drop a rook. Take. Do I have rook h7 stuff? Probably not. Oh, rook h4 is mate. Oh no. I guess I'm mated. I need to take this and go for like queen h7 stuff. Yeah, but he has g4, g3, or not sure what he has, but this is probably lost, honestly. Oh, let me just go here, I guess. Check. Just try this. Try this. Try this. There. What the heck? Okay, let's focus up. Let's stop playing e5. Okay. Um. Okay. F3, D5, I guess. Knight C3. I could play Knight C5 for GSVC here. Um, Knight C5, D C5, E6. Is that a move? Let's just try it since Geno's here. So the idea is just like our knight is kind of trapped and I don't want to take on C3 because that helps him defend D4. So the idea is like just to go E6, I guess, to yeah, pick up one of these pawns back and then hopefully his king will be weak because he's played F3. So what can he do here? Maybe knight at d3. I was thinking like the line I calculated was bishop e3 and d4. I'm maybe happy with that. So what if he tries to defend his pawns with knight d3? Okay, he goes knight d6. Well, I probably have to take this. So we take first and we think after. Um, let's see. How do I get rid of his pawns? I could take this, but that might leave my dark squares a little bit too exposed. Um, okay, so let's just try this way to take the pawn with the knight. Since I'm not giving him a diagonal piece, it'll be harder for him to attack my dark squares. Okay. He doesn't have a great way to defend. Yeah, he has this. I was thinking I could try queen h4 here, but maybe that's stupid. Um, I could also just take on d6 a bunch of times. Like the fact that he's missing his dark squared bishop should actually be pretty beneficial for me. And then knight b5, I have pawn f2 maybe? Or bishop, yeah, pawn f2, bishop b6. Honestly, maybe I should have thrown in pawn f2 earlier. Not sure. I am liking this time advantage though. It looks like I found myself a new opening. Yeah, his dark squares are super weak and he doesn't have a ton of material to show for it. The problem is my dark squares also might have problems and my king is still in the center. So, um, okay. So pawn f2 is what I was feeling, followed by bishop b6. I also have queen e5 ideas. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. It looks kind of safe to do like bishop b, like pawn f2, for example, king takes f2, bishop b6, pawn e3, just queen d7. But I'm not sure. Maybe there are better options. Like, he could get an initiative on me if I do that. So maybe queen e5 check is the way here, and then try and take on b2 even? Okay, I mean, saving my queen with tempo makes a lot of sense. And now maybe bishop b6, or I could just castle. Or I could take on b2, but that's, I think, way too greedy. Hmm. Yeah, castle, bishop c3. I shouldn't care about that. I have queen g5. Um, I have maybe queen e3. Okay, this should be good. Bishop d6, I can take and go bishop b4. That is an option. But I think queen g5 and hmm, queen g5 attacking g2. He takes f8, I take g2. He doesn't have knight h6 or anything. Um, hmm, yeah, queen g5 makes sense. Yeah, queen takes d6 was also possible, I guess, but I don't know. My king, like, it still doesn't have any coverage around it, so maybe there's some pawn f6, knight h6 check, or like, I don't know. It felt a little bit like if I had a bishop on h6 or f6 covering myself up, then I would definitely do it. But yeah, I'm just a little bit paranoid about my king here. I have some ideas with pawn d2 and queen takes g2, and yeah, yeah, he does take on f8. Um, so what happens if I take on g2 here? Does he actually have some knight f6 stuff? Maybe he does. Hmm. Queen g2. Okay, maybe I should just take this then, or what? Okay, maybe queen g5 was a mistake. G4, okay. Looking to play d2 here, maybe throw in f2. Yeah, I need to hope that there's something that's going to materialize here. I want to try and go like e5 even. Okay, he's gone e5 himself. That makes sense. Okay. I want to go like bishop d7, try to get my stuff out. Then maybe take this, take this. It's an idea. And then knight d2 after. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just try f5, a6. Then just try and take this a couple times. Not sure what he's going for here. Okay, knight e7, king f8. I've also got this idea. King f8. I have a knight d2 idea as well, winning his queen, but maybe that is not enough. It depends on what he does. If he take, okay, he goes for my rook. Okay, just gonna try and make the decision to take on d6 here, because if he checks, then f7 is hanging. I missed this one, but I have a lot of dark square coverage. So, okay, now he's not really Oh, is he threatening something? Maybe it's smart for me to cover up here. Yeah, I have some... Oh, g6, I can take his queen. He may have missed that. Okay, now I have knight e3 stuff. Okay, now knight e3 should be good. Knight g5, king e7, rook f7, king d8. Okay, I must have mate now, but I don't see it. Let's just go c2. Rook at e1 maybe was mate, but yeah, it's hard to calculate these things. Ah, okay. Let's look. Rook e1, king e1, pawn d2. Yeah, okay, fuck, it has to be mate. Pawn d2. Take that. Uh, e3, f4. Yeah, queen here, queen here. Yeah, I have just so many of those guys it has to be made. Okay, nice, 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 nice. Let's try and play a little bit faster here. Um, castle, nice e3, d3, bishop g5, bishop h4, knight d5. Then g5, I'm wondering if I should just go knight takes here, but he probably looked at that, so I'm just going to try and play the slow game. Bishop g3, h3, c3. Just the same thing as normal, but now I have a little bit more time in the bank. Yeah. So the idea, I just play bishop h2. Rook b8, b4, same thing, knight f5. Okay, now if he goes bishop g7, I'm strongly considering taking on e5 instead, because I'm not too sure about the other position, where he sacked his queen, he got a lot of counterplay on my king. I want to be the one attacking his king. So I think knight takes e5 is the stronger option at the moment. Because I still have the pawn e7 idea, but now I have knight takes g7 stuff as well. So for example, knight takes g7. If he goes king takes g7, I have queen takes h5. If he goes knight takes g7, I guess bishop f6, knight g4 stuff, and the pawns can start landing in. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't go for this the first time. This looks a lot stronger. Because pawn e7, even if I get the rook, like the rook doesn't do that much for me. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this nice position with a lot of time on the clock. Just need to be a little bit wary of his scam attempts. Rook e8. Okay. So the plan was knight takes g7, and I think I'm going to stick to it. I also could play queen takes h5, followed by knight takes g7. This is also an option. I'm getting a hella pieces there. Um, hmm. Yeah, not sure. Uh, they both look super tempting. Like, because I'm not really getting in trouble with my king here. Just, does he have some bishop f2 stuff? I don't think so. Like, my threat with knight takes h5 is too strong. He has to deal with it. So I'm actually just going to try queen takes h5. And then knight takes g7. Two deadly threats here. I would say this almost forces him to take it, but he might have some checks on me. I don't think he should, though. Like, I have double bishops here, covering everything. Yeah, this should be really good for me. Um, by the way, I didn't do any prep in e4, e5. I mainly looked at e4, e6 because that's what he was playing in all of his previous matches. I guess it makes sense that he's trying to avoid all the stuff I prepped for. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure that, like, yeah, I don't know. I have a pretty good handle on these bishop c4, bishop c5 lines, I guess. Okay, he takes on e5. I have a couple options. So this is the safe option, removing his attacking knight. But if I Yeah, okay. See, the thing is, I want to take this to set this up, but he might just drop the bishop on f6 to intercept, and when I take this, he takes on e5. I'm not sure I like that, so I'm actually just going to pull out. So it opens up these squares. Um, okay, let's just go knight g4. Yeah, and I don't give him the opportunity to start an attack on my end king. So I'm attacking this twice, I'm attacking this twice. I still have g7 stuff, and he can't defend the bishop on f6 with another diag. Yeah. And the fact that I have my own knight on h5 means that it's a little bit less likely that he can scam me with some stuff. Yeah, so this should just be winning. e2, sure. All right. What is this? I'm just gonna take the rook, I think. g3 is still covered twice. Now I'm threatening knight f7. Threatening knight g6 maybe. It is honestly maybe better to take the bishop, but okay. I'm still covering g3 twice as far as I can see, so I think this is a safe queen to pocket here. And then this is also another safe queen to pocket. Okay, nice. All right. Let's go back to knight f6. The other line worked fine last time, so we'll stick to it. Bishop b5, okay. I mean, I'd probably still play e6. It's the same deal. If he takes on c5, I take back. His dark squares are weak. He takes on... Okay, knight e2. All right. He might be preparing to castle here. I'm looking at bishop d7. So the reason is I might want to do some queen h4 stuff. If he goes g3, maybe he's weakening his king a little bit. If he goes knight g3, maybe I want to take on d4. But I obviously can't take it right now because my knight is pinned, so that's why I'm looking at bishop d7. I like the idea of that. If he castles, which he might, then I'm not sure what I do. Maybe a6 just to try and get some piece trades on the board. But yeah, could also just take this on d4. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. This position is a little bit hard to play. I think it was smart of him not to take on c5. Um, yeah, now I'm a little bit cramped just because I don't have those pieces. I don't have any. I don't know. Don't have any trades to work with here. So this is a move. This is a move. This is a move. What else could I play? I could play bishop e7, but I'm really worried that when he takes my knights and goes knight h5, like my g7 square is going to be quite weak. So yeah, I'm leaning towards knight takes d4 here. So let's just go for that. And then if he takes d4, my plan is to take b5 and then put the bishop on b6. So at least we got some pieces down on the board. Sort of unclogged the position a little. Now, since the position has opened up a little bit, um, it'll be sort of harder for me to get completely squeezed to death. Now, that being said, my position is still kind of bad. Like, he has a lot of dark squares on the king side to work with here. I'm not sure how I'm meant to untangle. I think a6 should be the plan. Just forces knight back, gives me more potential over here. So, for example, okay, never mind. Um, okay, knight a4 maybe? Looks a little bit odd though. I think a6 just makes the most sense. I don't like how his knights are defending each other. Um, so I want to be able to force his knight back. And if he takes on c7, I'll be quite happy to see that. Okay. Now I was thinking d6 or f6, one of these moves to try and eliminate his strong pawn from the board. So the nice thing about removing his knight here is that in the worst case where he goes like knight h5, pressures g7, tries to kill me on that side, I do have like king d7, king c8 sort of coming in. Okay, f4. It's logical. Um, yeah, not trading and helping me develop my own pieces. I think at this point I'd want to go knight e4. So, this move has a couple purposes. Like first, I want to trade pieces. Like I want to give myself the knight so I can put the knight on d5 or f5, sort of attack his dark squares. The knight that I have in my pocket will be a little bit more flexible than this knight on c5. And then the second thing is, if he goes f5 and stuff, and yeah, okay. So I don't want his knight to move. I need to keep this pressure. Um, okay, so I should take this, I think. Otherwise, this just with his open rook is going to be too strong. Um, yeah, any other move I make like this is not as big a threat. He can just take e6 and then bishop f7 is going to hurt. So I probably need to take this. So the nice thing, like I was mentioning earlier, is e6, f takes e6. I'm not sure he can play knight takes e6 because I have just a free bishop with check. Okay, okay. This I'm kind of happy to see because when his knight's on a light square, it's not attacking my light squares, which I think are the weak ones. And I think I'm also just going to try and pull his bishop back. Now, e6 could be a problem. So I'm leaning towards a defensive move. Actually, this is my quote-unquote defensive move of choice because I think like blocking the rook's line to f7 is also pretty valuable. If he goes g takes f3, there's no way he's going to do that, but it's going to block his rook. I'm going to have some queen g5 ideas. Awesome. Okay, yeah, he just goes after f7 again, which makes a lot of sense. Um, Bishop g6. If he goes pawn f5, maybe I go queen g5. My position is starting to get really sus. Um, but whoa, that one I don't necessarily believe in for him. I can attack and defend at the same time. The problem is I really need to get my king safe. Like it'll take me a couple moves to do all this stuff. That is a good move from him. I don't really have a good blocker. I probably have to use the rook. It's not a big deal in itself. Um, it's just like this is basically a free move for him to force out material. Um, and he can just sort of maintain this pin and take the rook whenever he wants. So I'm sort of forced to use my rook to block this. If I went b5, my light squares would probably be too weak. He would have bishop c6 doing the same thing. Um, okay. I'm happy to see that as well. I think I want to take on e5. I feel like I'm kind of untangling here. Now I go bishop c5, and if he goes bishop c6, I can castle to safety. Yeah, so this makes sense. Okay, at this point, I probably just need to say fuck it and castle because otherwise I'm just going to get pounded. Like if I move my queen, he's just going to pound me on d7. I'm never going to get safe. So, gotta do this. But this is not the worst thing in the world because I can win his queen after. Knight h... Okay. Yeah, I probably just... Or do I go knight e2? No, we'll just take this. I think it's better to keep his king on g1, so I have some knight h3 stuff. Um, yeah. Okay. Knight h3, not too much of a thing because his bishop will be covering f2. So I actually want to go f2 to force his bishop to that square. Now the downside is I may get mated. If I do this, I might get mated by knight e7 and knight takes g6, followed by rook g8. So I'm not 100% sure that that was the correct call. Um, Shit, should I just pray it's not mate? It looks really fucking close to mate. I think my position is like decent enough that maybe I'm able to cover up here. Okay, let's go queen f4, try to defend some squares. He's gonna go bishop at g3, maybe I have knight e2 there. Or I have knight h3, I'm not sure which. I think I want to go knight h3. And then, oh wow, I didn't expect that. Okay. Rook e2, I'll just take this. d3, okay, I just gotta throw some moves out here. Got some pieces in hands. e4, let's just take. Oh, now he has knight e7. Okay, he doesn't do it. Okay, rook e4, covering e7. Now rook d8. Let's just play and get that piece down. Oh, fuck. Okay, f6. Need to cover up somehow. He's going to go h6. Then I need to take this and put the bishop on f4, maybe. But yeah, this is pretty ugly. Okay, he has no more bishops, so that means I can sort of take this safely. But now I really don't have anything going for me. Yeah, this one is looking very grim. Um, I'm safe, but I basically have no material. Okay, let's try and force something else out. Now knight e7, I'm fairly certain it mates me. Like, he just has way too much shit. He can take on g6, rook h7, and then rook h6, knight takes f6. Okay. It's giving me a chance here. Not a very big chance, but a chance. Um, Bishop b5. Not sure if that helps. I need to go bishop e3 here, probably just to stop him from running to g1. Okay. Knight g4. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Wait, do I have this ever? No, this is never gonna work. Yeah. Okay, rip. Wait, actually wait, hold on. No, he has king h1 here. Oh wait, he didn't do it though. Please don't go king h2. Okay. Okay, I only have one pawn here, so I'm beyond fucked. Yeah. Okay, so the only hope is that he messes up the mate. So let's just go for that. Okay, looks like he's gonna find it. Yep. Okay, unfortunate, but it's fine. We can still just win the rest of our white games here. Okay, knight c6, d4. Okay. Bishop e3. So the plan is okay. All right. I have not seen that move before, so let's take a minute to think. A3, queen b2, knight b5 would be the typical plan. A3, f e3, a takes b4 looks quite strong as well. I don't think he can really hurt me with only one bishop in hand. I think, is that enough to just go for this? Yeah. So queen b2, knight b5, queen takes b5 is the usual plan. Oh shit. I totally missed that. Oh shit. Okay, maybe I should have done something else. What the heck? Okay. I guess I should have gone bishop d2 or bishop d4? I don't know. Okay. So what I'm worried about is like my g1 square. I'm also worried about my c3 square, of course. Bishop b2 makes some sense for him. Okay. This is a really passive move, but I kind of need to cover up my holes. Uh, and I don't want to put it on d2 because I don't want to crowd my king. So we'll just see what he does here. I'm pretty sure my position is worse, but I'm not losing or anything yet. E5, okay. E5, E4, I guess, with bishop G4 coming. So that's very logical. I think now is the time where I run the king to the queen side. So first of all, getting my king out of the danger zone. Second of all, I want to open my bishop. Um, yeah. I think I should apply a little bit more clock pressure here. He seems to play a lot better when he has a ton of time to work with. Okay. Yeah. Rook d8, I'm not sure what to do yet. I'm strongly considering bishop b5 because if he takes my queen, I take back, I'm threatening mate, I've got all my pieces developed. So that option looks pretty attractive. It'd be kind of ideal to save my queen, but I don't know that I want to like waste my pawn on d4. I don't really think that's a good reason though. But d4 takes. There's some bishop e3 stuff, like d2 could be weak. I'm just sort of giving him a free piece activation, and I'm losing my own pawn in the process. So yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Okay, I think I'm just gonna stick to the plan and play bishop b5. This does come with a threat. Take c6 and take d8. Okay, he's defended the threat. Um, okay. There are some options here. He's getting ready to castle, so now it's a little bit less attractive for me to give up my queen because he can just castle to safety. His king won't be weak in the center. So I'm looking at queen e2 here. Um, it would always be nice to scoop up this pawn on f2 because right now he's got some knight g1 annoying business. His rook on d8 is making my king uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm not sure what the ideal scenario is. Like I take f2, I take e5, like I don't really know. Maybe some pawn g5 stuff. Okay, he goes knight e4. He's supporting knight g1. Then I won't have queen takes f2 as a response. He's also supporting an invasion on d2 here, so need to be a little bit careful. What I'm feeling is e6. If he goes bishop e6, I go knight e5, and if he goes f e6, I still go knight e5. Um, yeah. The downside of this move is that he can just not take it. But maybe I have some chances on the light squares here somehow. Not really seeing it though. E6, yeah, it distracts his bishop, but now his king isn't like super weak in the center anymore. Maybe I should go bishop c4 to sort of force out a piece on d5, but I don't really know. My position is pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, now he has knight g1. This is pretty badly played by me. Okay, did not expect that. Should I just try to keep my queen here? I think actually that is the play. I want to keep my queen. Now that his bishop is gone, I have a lot of potential over here. Like I want to go pawn e6, take on f7. Like having okay, so I want to take on f7 with a pawn, because that supports rook g8 stuff. A bishop won't do that. Um, okay. Also, this a3 move is super useful. Okay, I just take this. Now I'm looking to play g6. I'm looking to play bishop e6. If he takes this, I get a free hand to do whatever I want, basically. So I'm looking to play e6 here. Yeah. He's decided to cover up. Now I can take on d5 and I'm threatening h7. Yeah, I think this is where, um, yeah, I don't know. Like the clock pressure is going to be super beneficial for me. Okay. I just take e6 here. Taking e4 was also very good, but this makes a more concrete threat that I can see at least. Okay, now we gotta think. Knight f7 is one of the safer moves to play because pawn f7 probably involves sacking my queen. It should be mate. Honestly, like it's just mate. So he has to take this, and then bishop c4, open my queen. Um, yeah. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure it's just knight h8 here because I have two rooks. If he goes king f8, I go rook g8, pawn f7, rook g8. If he go, yeah, okay, sick. All right, match point here. I need to figure out a good opening to play with black, though. I think I'm gonna stick to knight f6. Um, okay, knight c6. Okay, I'm actually gonna try the d6 line here. Um, see what he does. So the plan is just to play d5, bishop b4, all that jazz. Knight h5. Guess I just go g6 here. Seems pretty comfortable for me. He can take and play pawn h6. I'll retreat the bishop to f8. Yeah, he goes back to f4. I guess the argument for putting the knight here instead of immediately on f4 is that I've wasted my pawn, but I think that pawn is quite a useful pawn to have. All right, bishop b4. Queen e2 check, sort of a nice disruptive check that I can get, or he can get before I can castle. I probably just go queen e7, knight takes. Then if he goes queen b5, I can go back to c6, but I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. After queen e2, I might just have to go king f8. Not, yeah, not something I'm super torn up about, but having the rook on e8 would be very nice. Okay, so he's allowed me to castle. I'll happily take that opportunity. My king is really safe here, so I have a chance to take over the initiative. Okay, rook e8, he's just going to respond with knight e2. So I do want to kind of be smart about this. I'm looking at knight a4. If he moves the bishop, then I have the opportunity of grabbing this bishop. I'm not sure if that's a good thing for me. I like having the bishop, but also if he gets more coverage of this e4 square, I could be taking away opportunities from myself. Okay, rook e8, knight e2. What do I do there? Bishop g4? Okay, let's not think too much. It's just a developing move. On f3, I'm strongly considering taking it. To what end? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. Now I'm looking at knight takes d4. So this has a couple of perks. First is the option of knight c3, though I'm not sure how good that is because he could just give up his queen. The more important one, I think, is to be able to go pawn f3. I'm going to actually do this because knights aren't very good defensive pieces. So I think trading knights for diags should be pretty useful. I can keep this knight c3 idea in the bank for later. I also have rook takes e2 ideas. Yeah, I was actually more worried here about knight takes d4 giving up the queen, because there I wouldn't have a whole lot of play. But did not happen. So we'll save that for the analysis board. Okay. Knight h4 is idea. Okay. Looks like he beat me to the punch. So I can take e2 and then maybe go for g5. The worry here is that he can sack on g6. I would prefer not to allow him to do that because I am just defending it twice. He's attacking it 3 times. Even though I get 2 pieces out of it, like these both of these pawns are going to be gone and my king is going to be really weak. So I'm not sure that I can allow him to do that like for free. Um, so I'm looking at e4. We'll just do this right now. Um, f5 or g5 or knight g5, those are all ideas. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to keep up the pressure here. Or, okay, can take this now. He probably has to go knight takes because otherwise I'm just going to go knight c3 and pick up another diag. If he goes knight takes, okay, he doesn't. So he allows me to go knight c3. I'm not sure how good it is, but it definitely has to be a decent option. Um, Fourth with queen to move and all that. I guess his queen doesn't have to move. Like he could just defend with bishop g2 and be really safe. Um, but yeah, then I'll take the queen and decide what to do after. It's probably a good option for him to just give up the queen here because I'm more okay. Yeah, I'm more confident playing against his king than okay. This his knight on e6 is not threatening any of my light squares, so I'm pretty confident just moving my queen here. Um, yeah. If he went bishop takes, then I would have taken it. After knight takes, I would have had some knight h3 stuff. Definitely too risky for him. Um, I'm actually considering like taking e2 instead. Just trying to soften up his light squares somehow. Because if I take the queen, it's not like I can use it right away. If I drop it, he's going to be able to kind of attack it. Okay, now it definitely makes sense to take on e2. And then I want to use the pawn on f6 or d6 and not the bishop because I'm gonna argue that his bishop is a little bit stranded here. I don't want to give him an I don't want to like trade the bishop and give it to him for g2. So I would prefer to keep my bishop in my hand, his bishop on b4. Okay. This bishop b4 move was smart because it defended c3 though. Okay. I should probably take this. Like h takes g7 and knight at h6 is a pretty annoying threat. Um, Now I want to get rid of his bishop on g4 somehow. So I'm looking at f5. Uh, yeah, I just gotta go f5 maybe, and then bishop e4 maybe. So the threat, I guess, is him moving his bishop and putting the knight in on h6. So that would basically force me to give up my queen in the future. Although now that I'm looking at it, he has a pretty strong. Oh, okay. All right, so I guess he's threatening f7. He's threatening to trade queens. Queen trade would be pretty bad for me. What do I do about this? Shit, 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 shit. I think I should be able to take this. If he goes f7, okay, wait, what? Oh, does he have queen h8? Wait, no. How does this work? Okay, I don't understand. What does he have here? f7 and queen h8? I guess that's mate. Okay. Okay, my bad, I guess. Wow. Okay, well, guess I can't take that. So, okay, I need to save both knights. That's very important. After he takes an e7, I need to be able to start a mating attack. Okay, knight h3. I should have enough here. I should have enough, but okay. Let's just go for it now. Okay, he flagged. GG's. Um, yeah. Okay, we will do our post-mortem here. I can read the chat now. Um, yeah. I, okay. I deserve to win at the end there. Or wait, did I say I deserve to win? I meant he deserved to win. I was completely dead, I think. Yeah. Yeah, like he just has pawn f7, queen h8. Yeah, see? Pawn f7, queen h8. Um, all right. All right, let's do some analysis. What do we think? Some analysis? Let's start at game one. Okay. All right. Get to read the chat back? Get to read my stream chat? We take those. Strong players and Shui playing today. I agree. Okay. So, game one, Queen h5. Yeah, prepared all this. Knight c3. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't remember what I prepared against pawn d5. All I know is that knight f6 and queen h4 is just losing because of h6 and g5. So that was like the only line I checked before the game. Okay, I guess I can see what I had here. Um, okay. Oh wait, no, he didn't play this bishop c4 line. He played queen h5, queen h5, queen d8, king d8, knight c3, bishop g7, d3. Okay, I did remember bishop f4 in the third game, but somehow I still didn't get much. Um, okay. Yeah. So I played, I think, knight d4 in the first game. Didn't go very well. Did I check pawn d5? No, I did not. Okay, so I guess that's my bad. Knight d4. Oh, fuck. There's no way I can have the engine and stream and record at the same time. Okay. Anyway, don't really need to look at this because no one else is going to play this against me. Um, okay. Anyway, knight c3, bishop g7, d3. Okay. We know bishop f4 was the move in our prep. I remembered to play it later, but I did not remember it this time. Okay, knight d4. He goes king f1 right away. That was kind of interesting. I wonder if he prepared this. Okay, h6, h4. This is pretty smart from him, yeah? Like he's just trying to blast on my dark squares. I can't really castle. Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh God, my computer's freezing. Fuck. Okay. Um, okay, wait. Let me reduce my CPUs. Um, okay. Okay, castling maybe was a bit risky. He takes on h6. Yeah. Oh, I could have taken on g5. Wow. I briefly looked at this, but I basically had no time. I just assumed that I'd be mated here. Holy bang. Now my king can't run to e7. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this was pretty shit. So what should I have done differently? Let's look. Opera would have done bishop at e1. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Would have done 11, knight takes c2, queen a4, queen d7. Okay. Queen at a4, bishop b5. This will be hard to defend in time pressure. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Um, just queen a6 here. Sure. I guess castling is too risky. Yeah. Oh, bishop at. Wow. Cold-blooded defense here. Oh, queen h7. Okay. I guess this is the way to defend. Wow. Okay, that's clean. That's clean. What if he just keeps going? Oh, he's not threatening anything. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What am I threatening here? Oh, no, no. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Anyway. Um, yeah, okay. Game two. We had white. Yeah, this is I think he forgot to play h6. Yeah, I think he just forgot his prep. This is garbage. Um, okay. Yeah, queen takes f3. And he went to h8, which got mated in 2. But if he went to f8, then the mate was to take. If he goes king e8, then knight g7 is mate. Then here I have both knights. Yeah. Okay. Game 3. Okay, we checked bishop f4. We went back to h6, but he just bang goes queen a3. What am I supposed to do against that? Um, okay. Bishop takes e3 for fork. Yeah. Like I was looking at these ideas, like some queen b6, some bishop e3 stuff, but I was worried about exposing my h6 square too much. So I guess we can take queen at b8. There's no fucking way. What the fuck? Queen at b8? Okay. Knight d4. This is kind of sensible at least. Takes c1, takes c1, takes d4. Yeah, okay. Makes a lot of sense to get some diags in my pocket. Yeah, bishop f8 getting mated in one. I think I pointed that out at some point. Okay, wait. So how bad is this? Okay, so this is actually pretty decent if he doesn't have knight f6. Unfortunate. Okay, anyway, we got to castle. We're definitely happy. Oh, bishop a2. Fuck. I was like, there's no way for me to get a pawn here for pawn f4, pawn d4. But bruh, okay, I can just take on a2. Um, dang. Yeah, I just like went king h8, and then I forgot that he just had like a bunch of attacking ideas. Oh, I could go knight g8 here. Yeah, that would have probably been a better way to defend. So what happens if he just ignores this? Because I looked at this too. Okay, so I'm just losing. Gotcha, gotcha. This is undefendable. Indefensible type shit. Okay. White again. Okay, so this is all fine. Okay, wait. So let's check. Knight takes f6. The idea is what? Knight h5, queen g6. I stopped calculating here because I didn't see a follow-up, but bang! Knight g5 and pawn g7. Rook f6. Okay, yeah. I did win, yes. Okay. Takes knight h5. Yeah, knight f5. Knight g5. Okay, so that loses some advantage. I played knight takes e5 in the next game. This also loses some advantage. So just king h1 here and chill. Really. That's unbelievable. Wait, what? Oh, interesting. Interesting. He literally has nothing to do here? Really? It's crazy. Okay, knight g5, h5, pawn e7. Queen e7, best move. Somehow escaped my attention. King h1, good. Queen at f3. Okay, I was looking at, or I was considering this. Yeah, this is still good. With the idea of knight g6, knight f8, rook f8, g6, king g6. But not g6. We run out of steam here. Or do we? Do we decimal system? Do you really care if Stockfish gives a nonsensical move that is +1 more than your logical move? I mean, not really, but I would like to check it just to see what it is. Um, f5 with the idea of queen g6, queen h5. The only way for him to defend it was with like a knight or something, and then I could go bang and take f4. Wait, no, he could. Wait, yes? Okay, he can just defend it. Yeah, okay. But we can go bang rook e6, attacking a bunch of shit. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I was basically running out of time here. So is he, I guess, to be fair. E7, yeah, too slow. The idea was like to take on b8, and then if he took back, then I would have like rook d8 stuff, but yeah, this is way too slow, and his king is too safe. I think this is really easy for black to play, despite the eval. Okay, but the computer does not care, says we can smoke out his knight. Let's see what happens. Take. Okay, there's no way he can do this. He has no more knights left. Okay. So fair enough. What about the c2 thing? Then take on f2. H5, h2. Okay, and there is nothing. Queen f2. Okay, so everything's safe here. Um, okay, so rook takes f2 is bad. Yeah, I should have just defended g3. I was worried about him going pawn h3, smoking out my bishop. Oh, but I still have the idea of just removing his knights. Okay, those ideas didn't really cross my mind. Yeah, I kind of just played too passive and let him roll over me. Um, Oh, rook h1. That's so beautiful. Oh my god. Okay. That was not found because he had no time. Um, yeah. Wow. Unbelievable that that's such a bad move. Um, okay, wait, what was I expecting here? I don't know. Does he have a draw? This is a draw, right? No, his knight's pinned. Okay, so what about this? No, this is also bad. Interesting. I was sure this was a win for him. I can't believe I missed rook h7 here, but he gave it to me again. Just rook h7. Yeah, yeah, that was a clean mate. Um, g4 immediately? Yeah, he can do. But then what? My king is safe on h1, right? And I still have ideas of taking h6. Like, let me see what happens here if he just does a slow move, like if he goes f2 or something. Okay, so this does win. Yeah, I have too many minor pieces for that to work, or like for him to play a slow move. I must have something. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I went rook h5, I guess. I have to defend rook h4. Yeah, yeah. Okay, unlucky. 0-1, 0-1. Haters are proven wrong. Oh, Opera found it. Rook h1. Okay. Man, no one commented on my sick win. Oh, okay. Chewy commentary. I don't think he prepped. I did prep, but he just smashed my prep, so I had to switch it. Thank you, Quint. Uh, okay. Okay. Okay, let's switch d6. Yeah, okay. So I was pretty happy here. This is like a decent position. I guess it's best to play f2 somewhere, or maybe not. I guess I only have two pawns. Maybe it's not so good. Oh, wait. Queen takes d6 was just that good. That sucks. I was pretty on the fence here. I thought maybe I would get into trouble somewhere. But yeah, there's nothing he can do. I can just put the bishop down. Okay, yeah. Queen. Oh my fucking god, that jump scared me. Thank you for the raid, Rosie. Sorry, 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 sorry. I don't know how to change that. Um, yeah, okay. Got another crazy time scramble here. Missed the opportunity to take on e5 and go f2? Or what was it here? Oh, just take on g1. Ah, okay. Yeah, just a crazy time scramble here. He missed something huge here. Um, yeah, he played h6 and hung his queen. Or g6 and hung his queen. But at this point, yeah, he kind of messed it up. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the time scramble favors here. I have a shit ton of material. So it's very easy for him to just run out and die. But at the same time, my king is still in the open. Like, yeah, this queen d3 move is really strong because like the opportunity to pick up another diag with one of these moves is pretty powerful. Okay. Anyway, I just have mate here. All right. Okay. Okay, same exact line. Same issue as in game two, nothing to do with the queen. Yeah. Yeah, this is just killer. This is like an actual clean game rather than those like stupid flags. Okay. Lost this one. The first part of this match you played really well with almost no big errors, yeah. Um hmm. Yeah, this was the game where yeah, okay, this one was just fucked. I don't know. This opening was just really hard. I guess I should have gone Queen H4. Are you on mobile? IJH? Okay, F2 is right. Oh, okay. So I think it just didn't see the mate. Yeah, here I am mated. Yeah, okay. Correctamundo. Good, good. How about you? Okay, I was just gonna lose here no matter what. Um, okay, F4. So the move is bishop B5. Wow. Okay. New one to add to the repertoire? Holy man. Good to hear, IJH. Okay, wow. All right. Yeah, this is just bad for me. I'm so bad, like, playing openings that I've never seen before. Like, I just lose right away. Doesn't matter if it's chess or bug or any variant. If I don't know the opening, I literally just fuck up so hard. Anyway, I think that's like a sign that I can't use my brain. Um, okay, yeah, somehow managed to win this game though. Yo, was that perfect technique? Bang! Made nine? Made nine? Type shit? Okay. Wow. So much flame. Okay. Anyway. If Larsa said bishop g2 in this position, I agree with him. Yes. I think giving up the queen would have made my position very difficult to play. Oh, it was better to take the queen. Okay, that makes sense. I definitely rushed into that. Oh, f7, queen takes e8. But same deal here, right? Oh, fuck, I can distract his knight. Oops. Okay, well, he missed it anyway. All right, and just to show off the mates, on king h1, I guess it's just bishop g2. Yep. Knight h4. Queen here and take a g5 or what? Yeah. And knight f3 next, no matter what. And if knight takes h3, then knight f3. Have exactly enough material for this, thank God. Yeah, and there you have it. He is a genius. Okay. Jan Lee. Yeah, IJH. Um, I have been trying to, or not really, I was trying to compete. Now I kind of gave up Crazy House for Bug. But as the favorite in this tournament, I have to do my best to prove myself. No, Jan is Jan Lee. Janak is 12 teen. Or Jasugi. Whatever you know him as. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. I still don't know where to find the bracket, so I'm just gonna go to Visual Dennis's profile. You can find the CWC announcements. You can find the brackets right here. All right, so let's take a look. We're gonna play the winner of Spinal Tap and Neutralizer. Um, I think whoever makes it to round four is into the candidates, round four of winners. But don't at me on that. Have okay, okay. So yeah, Plotkin looks like he's the only second round match that is finished. We have a lot of other interesting matches to look forward to today. Um, yeah. The thing is, this bracket is not the end of it. The top eight, or people that qualify to certain rounds, I guess, will be considered top eight. They'll qualify to the candidates. Then it's all like the I don't actually know how the candidates works, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, lots more matches to come. Let me see. Okay, so I just have to win round three and then I'm into the candidates. Okay. Yeah, candidates is round robin. Yeah, Jeffrey is playing too. Um, but I will not have to face him. At least in the bracket stage. I just have to beat Neutralizer or Spinal Tap. Or wait, was it Spinal Tap? Yeah, it was. Anyway, um, thanks for watching. Maybe I need to get in more practice before my next round. This was not very clean, but we got the win. So, yeah, pretty happy about that. You guys will be able to catch this on YouTube. Um, yeah, and then I'll upload the video of me preparing for this match. Um, but as it turns out, I didn't really get to use any of it because he just knew the line better than me. When is the next game? Probably after everyone in round two finishes, and then I'll schedule it. I may stream future matches, maybe, but yeah, probably not, because there are other people recording it, and I just want to sit here with my popcorn. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.